Welcome, modern day mystics, fellow truth seekers, James and Justin, back again with another reaction. Now, we are continuing the series on the 10 avatars of Vishnu done by Hindu Saga. We have now made it to number 4. We've got Narasimha, the avatar. So we're gonna take a look at this. Let's take a look.
Dashavatar represents the 10 different incarnations of Vishnu which were taken to save the earth and its living beings from destruction. This video will narrate to you the story of the 4th incarnation of Vishnu. To know all about the 10 avatars of Vishnu, watch the playlist linked in the comments below. Hiranyakashipu was the brother of Hiranyaksha, who was killed by the 2nd avatar of Vishnu, the Varaha Avatar. When he saw that Hiranyaksha had been killed by Vishnu, he swore vengeance. He meditated to Lord Brahma, and because of his severe penance, the Devas were frightened and asked Brahma to pacify the king. Brahma was impressed by his austerity and granted him a wish. Hiranyakashipu tried to force Brahma to make him immortal. Brahma, however, could not do that because even he had to die someday. So instead, the demon extracted from him various assurances. He asked his boon to be that he would not die during the day or the night, on land, at sea, or in the sky, inside or outside, by the hands of human or beast, or by any weapon. Brahma granted him his wish. Now he thought he was immortal. With blazing eyes, he called all his associates together and vowed to kill Vishnu and sever his head from his body. He commanded his associates to go down to earth and attack the Brahmanas and devotees of Vishnu. Wherever cows were protected, the demons set fire to the houses and cut down the trees. Vedic culture places special importance on the welfare of Brahmins, cows, and trees. Hiranyakashipu knew that if they attacked these 3, they would be destroying all that was most dear to Vishnu.
You know what stuck out to me as like pretty wild there was that even Brahma said that he couldn't be immortal, that one day he would go down, which is wild. So what's after that? What's after Brahma is done? Which is pretty interesting. And then obviously there's like the little bit of the cliffhanger left in there that I can't even pronounce the bad guy's name, but you know, he thought that he had like outwitted Brahma, which is crazy, but that like, now that I have all these stipulations, I'll live forever. But I guess we're going to get to it. Yeah.
Hiranyakashipu then set about becoming the most powerful person in the universe, trampling all beneath him and spreading a reign of terror. But he was always in search of Vishnu to kill him. Having obtained the boon from Brahma, he considered himself the supreme god and forbade all worship of gods by anyone. In due course, Hiranyakashipu had a son. His name was Prahalad. When Prahalad was born to Hiranyakashipu's wife Kayadhu, the demon was in the Himalayas doing intense penance to please Lord Brahma for obtaining his boon. Prahalad grew up to be a great devotee and had the blessings of Lord Vishnu and the other gods even when he was in his mother's womb. Hence, despite being the son of an asura, the boy turned out to be quite different from his father and exhibited divine qualities. From the beginning of his life, Prahalad spread light and love around him. His father tried every possible way to turn the boy into a demon like him, but nothing worked. Unable to tolerate a member of his family worshipping his mortal enemy, he decided to kill his own son. But it was not easy. He gave him to his soldiers to execute, but they couldn't do it. He tried throwing him off a cliff, crushing him beneath an elephant, putting him amongst venomous snakes and poisoning his food, but nothing would work. During a particular attempt on Prahalad's life, King Hiranyakashipu called upon his sister Holika for help. Holika had a special cloak garment that prevented her from being harmed by fire. Hiranyakashipu asked her to sit on a bonfire with Prahalad by tricking the boy to sit on her lap. However, as the fire roared, the garment flew from Holika and covered Prahalad. Holika burned to death, Prahlad came out unharmed. Prahlad's life was always protected by some supernatural force. Then he must be in this pillar too, cried the demon, and rushing at a nearby pillar of the palace, struck it a terrible blow. At that moment, a fearful sound came from the pillar, as if the universe itself was about to split apart. All who heard it were afraid. The pillar burst and a terrifying form emerged from it, with the head of a lion and a body of a man. This was Narasimha, the man-lion incarnation of Vishnu, who had come to protect his devotee Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu tried to attack him, as an insect flies into a fire. After a brief struggle, Narasimha picked up the demon and killed him. Thus, Vishnu's Narasimha Avatar, while keeping all of the conditions of Brahma intact, still killed the demon Hiranyakashipu, who had so cruelly tried to end the life of his devotee Prahlad. After his death, Hiranyakashipu was free from his hatred of Vishnu. Being purified by Narasimha's touch, he gained liberation from the cycle of birth and death.
So what do you think?
Two things.
Yeah?
One, I'm impressed with the son. I love that in these holy scriptures, there's a story that involves somebody departing from the wicked ways of their father.
Yeah.
That's refreshing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So many things are like, oh, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If it's smelled in the father's life, it'll stink in the son's. It's just nice to hear somebody that did their own thing and was holy about it.
Yeah.
That was one thing. And then I can't remember what the other thing was.
I thought the fourth Avatar looked super cool with the lion's head and the snakes coming out in behind it. And I was like, that's pretty... there was a bunch of themes in there. There was there's a lot I'm sure you could dissect with it. And I find when I'm watching these videos, I'm just trying to get the main points. And they go very fast. These are very quick stories that are just full. They're so full. So I'll probably have to watch it again.
We're reactive commenters. We react.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And then I remember what the other thing was. That idea of exiting the cycle of death and rebirth was right at the end there too. He got to exit the cycle of death and rebirth. I'm just going to throw it out there to the Hindus. I don't know. Feel free to comment if you want. But is there a way to do this where the emphasis isn't on exiting the cycle of death and rebirth? I don't know. Maybe whatever is beyond death and rebirth is so wonderful that I'm just an absolute ignoramus for even suggesting it. But I'm like, would it be possible to start cultivating, or is there a fire to stoke within these scriptures of somebody who didn't exit the cycle of death and rebirth, but that was okay? That it's okay to enjoy life. That it's not something to be exited.
Yeah. So
somebody,
you mean to continue forever? Just to
even if you reincarnate over and over again, that there's a way that in this plane of existence, it isn't something to be exited without having to come back to.
Yeah.
Is there a way where it's like, no, life is good. You can be, in fact, it's good to be reborn a bunch of times. It's all, you get a bunch of lives.
Yeah.
It's good here. Is there any way to make life not some terrible lesson?
Yeah.
And is that found in any scriptures? Let me know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Well, guys, hopefully you liked our reaction on the fourth Avatar here. We'll continue with the fifth, hopefully next week. And if you liked it, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and everyone until next time,
Stay spiritual.